targets reduction in number of cases within next 30 years. Federal government releases 50 billion naira to Nigeria universities. On the foreign scene, United States President accuses Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky of disrupting peace negotiations. And in sport, Team Nigeria to feature in 4 events at World Athletics Relay in China. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. The Lagos State government has declared zero tolerance for maternal deaths with a view to bringing down the spate from 430 to 37 within the next 30 years. Speaking at the ongoing ministerial press briefing at Alausa, Ikeja, Commissioner for Health, Akin Abayomi, said that the state needs to increase its quality healthcare professionals because Lagos targets increasing the number of its medical doctors from 7,000 to 40,000. According to Abayomi, the Sanwo-Olu administration is designing and constructing eco-friendly prototypes for its primary, comprehensive healthcare centers and general hospitals, including the ongoing new 150-bed Massey Children Hospital, which is 70% completed. The commissioner noted that the Sanwo-Olu administration has also designed a smart health information platform, SHIP, to deliver digital health strategy connecting primary, secondary health facilities, agencies to get real-time data and observe health-seeking behaviors of Lagosians.
We're transforming the medical infrastructure of Lagos State and modernizing it and making it climate resilient and cool and comfortable with a lower carbon footprint. We're embarking on extensive public-private partnerships and joint ventures with private sector to support the government in ensuring that Lagos attains its status as being one of the most desirable places on the continent to come and have specialist medical care.
Abayomi also hinted that the state government is taking proactive steps to address brain drain and increase brain gain in the health sector by increasing funding, training large number of professionals, improving the welfare of workers, and engaging diaspora associations to encourage the return of Nigerian professionals. Our correspondent, Adiola Kindele, reports that the Health Commissioner also highlighted various interventions of the Sanwo-Olu administration in ensuring the implementation of Ilera Eco Health Insurance Scheme for residents, malaria elimination, awareness and treatment of tuberculosis, testing and treatment of hypertension and diabetes, massive vaccination against diphtheria, among others. Earlier in her remarks, Special Advisor to the Governor on Health, Olukemi Ogunyemi, pledged the state government's commitment to ensuring that Lagosians get quality health care as it strives to record giant strides. The Lagos State government has inaugurated a second governing council of the Lagos State Cooperative College, LASCOCO, with a charge for the board to embrace a new era of strategic innovation, technological integration, and international collaboration in the cooperative sector. Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperative, Trade and Investment, Folashade Ambrose Mendeben, who gave the charge, commended the achievements of LASCOCO while emphasizing the need for the council to build on its success. Ambrose Mendeben also called for a shift from rhetoric to measurable action, including setting key performance indicators, KPIs, integrating vocational education through reputable institutions, and leveraging technology to drive digitization and transparency in cooperative operations.
Because vocational education is important, and it's also important to key in to what the needs of the society is. And when we go down to the actual basics of cooperatives, it's about poverty alleviation. And that is why some of the things we're driving now is to scale.
In his welcome address, Provost of LASCOCO, Akorede Ojumo, noted that the college had already begun a training program tailored to serve the Lagos Free Trade Zone, among other activities. offering internationally certified courses in welding, industrial piping, and electrical work.
We started small, but we have capacity to turn out nothing less, 80 professionals from that school every year.
On his part, chairman of the newly inaugurated governing council, Oyebowale Raji, pledged to build on the already established foundation of strategic partnership, infrastructure, and digital integration, among others.
As we turn on the new chapter for the next 4 years of our stewardship, we are reminded that building on this foundation requires not just renewed commitment, but a sharpened strategic direction. For this reason, the Governing Council will be convening a strategic retreat in the coming weeks to deliberate on the outcomes of our full strategic plan and to develop the roadmap for the next 4 years.
Our reporter, Adewale Oloporoku, reports that the council has a 4-year tenure with members drawn from the Ministries of Commerce and Education, the University of Lagos, the Alumni Association, and LASCOPED, as well as 3 independent members appointed directly by the state. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, has commended the Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, for its efforts in bridging healthcare closer to Lagosians. She made this known at the Lera Eco Day celebration held at Agidingbi, Ikeja. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu noted that Lagos State's initiative is close to what is obtainable internationally, especially in the United Kingdom and United States. She urged LASHMA to intensify efforts to ensure that more residents in the state participate in the mandatory health insurance scheme with a population of over 22 million people. Mr. Sanwo-Olu also encouraged residents of the state to key into the scheme.
The head of service told us that we have the standard like that of the international standard abroad. A lot of us who go abroad to access health. We have it here too. We are doing exactly something similar that they're doing abroad. But how do you encourage LASHMA? How do you encourage the health scheme? If we that are seated here do not actively take part and ensure that no one is left behind, that we are our brother's keeper.
The Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, Emanuela Zamba, appreciated all residents who have been part of the scheme and also enjoyed everyone to be a part of the Ilera Eco Health Insurance Scheme and be its ambassador. According to her, the scheme is available in all primary, secondary health facilities and some registered private hospitals across the state.
We want you to become our ambassadors. We want you to become our champions. Spread the gospel of Ilera Eco to all your communities, because the truth of the matter is that health is wealth. Health will never tell you when it is going to come and visit you. It will never tell you the severity of which it is going to come and visit you and how much it is going to cost you. If you just save aside this money every year for your family, you are guaranteed health for your family.
Our reporter, Kayode Mafolashere, reports that events with the theme Ilera Eco Health Coverage for All attracted top government functionaries, enrollees, religious bodies, non-governmental organizations, and other key stakeholders. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has congratulated former Commissioner of Justice and Attorney General of the state, Kazeem Adeniji, on his emergence as the president of the Ansarudeen Society worldwide. Governor Sanwo-Olu, in a congratulatory message, said the unanimous selection of Adeniji as the president of the religious organization at its recent Terrennial Delegates Conference in Abeokuta, Ogun State is well deserved. He urged the former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Lagos State to use his new position for the advancement of Islam, the development and growth of the Ansarudeen Society, and for humanity in general. The governor wished Adeniji and other executive members a successful tenure as they pilot the affairs of the Ansarudeen Society. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has released 50 billion naira to academic and non-academic staff unions of federal universities for the payment of earned allowances as promised by President Bola Tinubu. The Minister of Education, Maruf Alausa, made the announcement noting that intervention is part of ongoing efforts to improve the education sector. According to the statement, the disbursement reflects President Tinubu's goal to transition Nigeria towards a knowledge-based economy through investment in education, infrastructure, and human capital. Alausa noted that Nigeria is currently experiencing one of the longest periods of uninterrupted academic activity in recent years, attributing the stability to improve relations between the government and the university community. He said President Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to preventing further disruptions in the education sector. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has deployed officers across all accredited computer-based test centers, CBT, in Anambra State ahead of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, scheduled to commence on April 24. The head, median, technical and tactical Anambra NSCDC, Edwin Okadibo, said this in a press statement that all the 33 CBT centers across the state would have adequate security personnel to provide security for the smooth and itch-free examination across the state. On his part, the NSCDC State Commandant, Olatunde Mako, admonished operatives assigned to the CBT centers to exercise caution and adhere strictly to the guidelines governing the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board examination and maintain utmost professionalism in the discharge of their duties. The NSCDC state helpsman warned against unauthorized persons loitering around designated CBT examination centers and advised candidates against bringing prohibited items, emphasizing the command's commitment to arrest and prosecute anyone found wanting. And now to foreign news. United States President Donald Trump has accused Volodymyr Zelensky of harming peace negotiations over the war in Ukraine with inflammatory statements. Ukrainian president said at a news conference that Kyiv would not recognize Russian control of Crimea, a comment which Trump said would do nothing but prolong the conflict. The U.S. president's remarks on his social media platform Truth Social came after Vice President V.D. Vance said the U.S. would walk away from its deal-making role if the two sides did not come to an agreement. Meanwhile, U.S. officials pulled out of a London meeting this week to focus on talks in Moscow as the pace of diplomacy to end the war quickens. A key part of the U.S. proposal to end the conflict, according to leaks in recent days, involves recognizing Crimea, which was annexed illegally by Russia in 2014 as de jure Russian territory. Now sports. Nigeria will take part in 4 of the 6 events slated for the World Athletics Relays, which will be held in Glasgow, China between May 10 and 11. The Nigerian contingent will feature in 4 by 100 meters relay men, 4 by 100 meters relay women, 4 by 100 meters mixed relay, and 4 by 400 meters mixed relay. According to the Secretary of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, Israel Mfon, in fielding the 4 events, the Federation had to place a premium on areas of comparative advantage and medal prospects. It will be recalled that at the 2024 edition of the World Athletics Relay in Nassau, Bahamas, all the non-Olympics events were removed. And that was our news at 9. But just before we go, always drive within the specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration empowered over 1,000 residents at the third phase of the Mega Empowerment Program? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has declared zero tolerance for maternal death with a view to bringing down the space from 430 to 37 within the next 30 years. The federal government has released 50 billion naira to academic and non-academic staff unions of federal universities for the payment of earned allowances as promised by President Bola Tinubu. We also told you that United States President Donald Trump has accused Volodymyr Zelensky of harming peace negotiations over the war in Ukraine with inflammatory statements. And in sport, Nigeria will take part in 4 of the 6 events slated for the World Athletics Relays, which will be held in Guangzhou, China, between May 10 and 11. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adesuwa Ejoyoka. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.